On butts.
Just munching on butts.
Every time I walk in and you see it at your desk and there's no customers in here, I just know you're munching on butts.
I'm just munching on them butts.
Yep.
Hey, welcome to the show. It's episode 118.
Hey, butt munchers.
What's up to our sidekicks and henchmen out there in the Geek Nation? Hey, thanks for hanging out with us and talking about comics this week on Fresh Floppies, episode 118. I do that with TV shows as well. I'll be talking about
Volume 118.
episodes of a show, and I accidentally call them issues. Anyway, hi, Jeremy.
I always just called you Noel. Wow, I miss Noel a lot.
Yeah,
hey, JD.
I get it. I'm JD of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, located at 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA 19127. And we're here to talk about this week's floppies or comic books or issues. And we're gonna get right into it. Absolute Batman 2025 Annual #1. If your retailer is cool like me, they probably gave this to you if you have a subscription to Absolute Batman and didn't make you ask for it.
Yeah.
Email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com and let us know. Did your retailer just put this in your bin or no? The whole reason we're even here today to talk about comics is because I want to talk about Absolute Batman Annual #1.
This was the issue of the week.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Maybe I think I posted, there is a sequence in here and I just posted 2 panels and I just said it's my favorite 2 panels of the year maybe.
There are like maybe 4 panels in this book
that
have not left my noggin since I read this.
God
It's
damn it.
The cover A gives you a pretty good hint about where this book is going. And I'm not sure about honestly any of the other covers. I don't remember what they are, but you just see
I've got there's a B cover maybe by James Harren, and this deals with his backup story that he has in this issue.
That's good.
Yeah.
But cover A is, I believe the cover is also Daniel Warren Johnson, right?
Yeah.
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 Is just
awesome.
Absolute Batman staring down a bunch of people with white hoods that we can make some pretty safe assumptions about. And that's the book.
But yeah, I guess they don't technically have the pointy hats, right?
No.
But they're it's definitely.
But they also have
KKK.
symbols in here that are very clearly adjacent to a swastika or supposed to be representative of
neo-Nazism
that.
and all that, what have you. It's just him versus shitty, violent racists.
Yeah, he rolls into a town to buy a bunch of weapons, and then he sees people being shitty, and he's like, well, if you insist.
Yeah.
And then he just lets loose on a group of problematic and violent individuals. Yeah. And he out-violences them.
Yes. To giggling effect.
Truly.
You were telling me before we went live that you were like giggling like a schoolgirl.
Absolutely. Like there were some panels that I was just like, no way. And it was not to force comparisons where it's not necessary, but like I've been keeping up a lot with X-Men, both current and history and whatever.
Sure.
And one of the best things that X-Men does is a lot of allegories for various political or social or just current issues of whatever time or history. Yeah. But Marvel, to my knowledge and my experience, would never do this.
Right.
And I love this.
Yeah.
Where there's no allegory. It's not representative. It is very clear. This character and these artists and now this publisher, I would assume, are very secure in this stance. And I like that a lot.
I'm here for it. Yeah. For sure. I'm trying to think of an example. The only other one I can think of is Superman versus the KKK.
Yep. That was the first thing that came to my mind too.
Another DC drawing.
I don't even know. And I'm far from an expert by any means. So please correct me or us if we're wrong. But I can't think of a single example where Marvel is this
like I'm
obvious.
Just going to fight racists.
Yeah. Where they're like, hey, racists suck, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, like, again, most it's thinly veiled allegory in X-Men pretty frequently.
Yeah.
But even then, like, sometimes it's nice to just be obvious about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a great book.
Taking a stance, having something to say.
The first story, which is what we're talking about, there are 2 stories in this, but the first story is written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson.
Who's just baller. I love him
so good
much.
At this.
Yeah.
And ever since Do a Powerbomb, I feel like every comic he makes has at least one wrestling move in it. And it is used very well in this.
This is such a visceral issue. There was a couple times where I like grimaced. I like shrunk into myself and I was like, ooh. You make the ooh face.
Yeah.
I made ooh face a couple of times. Man, but I don't want to. It's hard to spoil it. But this is gnarly. To 12.
Yeah, it's
this
so
is
good.
like.
And I will. Do I want to mention? Does this? It doesn't really spoil anything. Nah, it's great. The book acknowledges that there are other ways to go about things.
Yes.
Which is worth mentioning.
Mm-hmm. I was
However,
surprised
that wasn't the fun part.
I was surprised by the ending.
Me too.
The last panel, which I believe is like a full splash page. There's a couple really great splash pages in here, and it's really, really beautiful to look at.
I agree.
Like, he doesn't draw pretty, but it's still beautiful.
Like,
yeah,
oh man,
that's awesome with the rain.
Oh god,
come on, god damn.
We're not going to tell you what we're talking about because you will go buy this book.
Yeah,
I'm going to buy 5 more just to put them around my house so I can pick it up whenever I feel like it.
It's also a nice little litmus test because I had posted those 2 panels that I said were like my favorite panels of the year, and I'm just waiting for someone to come out of the woodwork, under a rock.
Yeah,
get mad about it.
Yeah.
So, boy, well, that's good stuff. What did you think of the backup by James Harren?
The backup, in comparison, definitely more tame.
Yeah.
The main baddie or baddies in this is are they called the animals?
Gangs?
Or Black
Or
Mask?
the animals, right.
Or maybe they're the animals run by the Black Mask.
Yeah.
It's the same enemies as we got like in the first arc of Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
The people with the skulls running around being violent. It's good. It's a fun little fight. It's Batman being a bit more on the sneaky side. Mm-hmm. Fighting a group of these guys, and then we get some familial messaging throughout the story as well. It's good. This one's by I'm sorry, did you already mention
Harren.
You did mention it.
Yeah,
Yep,
James Harren. Written and drawn by James Harren.
Yeah.
The one thing I noticed in here was the way he draws and uses the cape, which can be prehensile, like he can use it to grab things.
Yep.
There's a couple sequences in here where it just feels like they are alive.
Yeah, like this
right there.
One right here.
Yeah,
very.
That's where I was like, oh, he can just. It feels like it's doing it on its own.
Yeah, that one I had to stop and look at for a minute.
Yeah, it's like Spawn's chains. His costume is like a symbiote that's alive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and this almost feels like that.
Yeah, my first thought was also Venom is who I was thinking of when I saw it.
Oh, man, what a fun... This whole issue, top to bottom, just slaps. It's so good.
Yeah, get this book, dude. Even if you don't read comics, A, welcome. B, go get this book. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully read more comics after that.
Yeah, I walked out of this. I closed this the same way that I left Inglourious Bastards from the theater.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I'm just like...
It's just catharsis.
Yeah. Yeah, Fresh AF. Fresh AF all day. It's so good.
The most confident Fresh AF I've given in a long time.
Right? Supernatural from Dynamite Press Comics, Dynamite Publishing, by Greg Pak and Eder Messias.
Sure.
Eder Messias. This is based on the TV show.
Oh yeah,
was it the WB or the UPN or whatever?
CW, something like that. I think it was Warner Brothers, and then it was CW, and it might be
CWPN.
Might be something else.
Yeah. I was never a big fan. I know a lot of people who are big Supernatural heads, and I was like, maybe I should go back. And I went back a couple years ago and rewatched the first episode, and I was like, that was cute.
Yeah.
And I just didn't stick with it.
So I didn't know this comic was coming out. Mm-hmm. I saw it in your box, and I originally talked some shit about Supernatural because I used to be very into it when I was a kid. I was in it at the height of fandom on Tumblr and the whole Super Wholock group, which was Supernatural, Doctor Who, Sherlock.
Thank you.
Thank you. That group of 3 shows had a very similar fan base, so then people started naming it that.
Oh, the Super Wholock.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully I'm not unlocking weird toxic Tumblr memories for anybody, but I liked this a lot more than I expected.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of the show, this reads and progresses and the story evolves the way any episode of Supernatural does.
And it feels like season 1. Is this a season 1 episode?
I don't have a good enough memory to remember if it's an episode. I don't believe it is because I don't recall any of like the specific mechanics of this monster of the week or whatever.
Yeah.
But they do, like, they give you some flashbacks and some context to who Sam and Dean are and what they're doing and why, which, to be fair, a lot of the episodes gave us a lot of flashbacks that were unnecessary over and over again anyway. Yeah. So honestly, like, with all of the corniness and action of a Supernatural episode, they put it into a comic issue surprisingly well. And like, I kept reading the characters in their voices.
That was my question. Like, when I used to read Buffy comics, it was like, oh, does it sound like the characters?
And I felt like it did.
Great.
And a lot of the time, you know, one of the worst things, or one of the worst ways, what am I trying to say? One of the most common criticisms I have of any given comic book is that the dialogue seems cheesy or weird or awkward. But the show is cheesy and weird and awkward.
Right, that's the vibe.
So, I think I probably read it with a lens of nostalgia, which is why I was curious what your opinions were as someone who wasn't deep into it when the show was coming out. I was really deep into it at the time. I haven't watched an episode in probably about a decade, though. And I enjoyed this more than I anticipated.
The reason I was asking if this is season 1 is because in the first episode, we find out that their mom exploded into flames.
Yeah, was killed by Mystery Demon.
And then he, the one guy looks up, he's in bed and he looks up and I think his girlfriend is up there also in flames.
Sam's girlfriend or fiance, can't remember which.
Who was played by somebody. Who was that? Was it Michelle Monaghan or somebody played the girlfriend?
Oh, I don't remember.
When I went back a couple years ago and rewatched the first one, I was like, oh, hey, look at that. But I don't remember who that was exactly. But the reason I thought it was maybe season 1 is like, okay, this could have been, I assumed, picking up where the show left off and continuing it.
Oh, okay.
The same way that the Buffy comics did, like, season 8. And that was here's what happens after the show's over.
I see.
It keeps it moving. So that's what I thought this was going to be. But then they're like, oh, they seemed unsure of what had happened to his mom and his girlfriend. And I'm like, do they not solve that in the show?
To be honest, I actually don't know if they ever fully saw that in the show.
Really?
And if they did in the time that I was watching,
inciting incident of the show.
If they did in the time that I was watching, I forgot.
Okay.
But there are definitely a handful of seasons that I didn't see because there was like 15 seasons or something stupid like that.
I was talking about it the other day, and someone was like, just watch the first 6 seasons but don't watch the last 10 minutes of the last episode of season 6 or something like that.
I forget what period it was in the show, but there was a time when the writers were very much ready to end it.
Yeah.
And then, if I recall correctly, the network was like, no, keep going.
Keep going.
So, which
now
is
it's
why
about gods and demons, or gods and like heaven and hell.
Yeah, there was a lot of these two brothers saving the other person from hell over and over again.
Oh, really?
That's around the time that I stopped watching the show.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But all that said, this was fine.
Yeah.
This felt like a pretty fun, spooky October comic book series. It doesn't necessarily feel like it has to be tied into a television show. Like, if I didn't know that this show existed, I don't think I would think, oh, this feels like a TV show. It just feels like solid, spooky demon stuff. So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Nice. Yeah,
I don't know if I would keep up with it, but I was like, oh, that was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I think I will keep up with it just because of the nostalgia and the small sparks of joy that it brought.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think if you've been a fan of the show,
yeah,
this will be a fun little step back without being such a commitment as to like rewatching the series.
Yeah.
And if you're not a fan, it's probably just a perfectly fine monster hunting.
Yeah, if it's October and you want to read a quick little in and out about a demon. Yeah, I also like that it's not. It basically is an episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Like the thing gets wrapped up by the end of the issue.
We have
it's
a clear
just a one
start.
and done. So yeah, you can hand this to anybody who's like, oh, check out a spooky thing.
And I'm hoping that it continues that way, because if I can just once a month have a Supernatural comic that I don't have to remember what happened in the last episode last issue, that'd be great. I love it. Pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh.
Yeah.
For me, just fresh.
Pretty fresh.
The Beauty by Jeremy Haun, Jason Hurley, and Emanuela Lupacchino. This is from Ignition Press. This is a new #1. First off the bat, Ignition books have all been kind of ballers. All the ones that I've read so far I've really enjoyed, like Murder Podcast I really liked.
I still got to read that.
And this is a sequel to the previous Image series called The Beauty, where there is an STD that you contract, and then it makes you beautiful. It makes you just like super hot. But then you kind of may or may not explode.
Nice.
Like just literally explode. Like burst into flames. So which has a lot to do with the supernatural story that we just read.
Oh, true.
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Quick, back to supernatural. I'm so sorry. I laughed though because the inciting incident, as I said, was their mom and his girlfriend exploding into flames.
Yeah.
And then in this issue, someone exploded into flames, and they were like, "Oh yeah, spontaneous combustion." And it was like, "That's not real."
Well, they exploded into flames a little bit differently.
Like, come
than
on.
their mom did.
Like, what the hell? Anyway,
That's actually very fair. I did
you
not.
think you wouldn't question spontaneous combustion if you saw two people in your family or life explode into flames? Anyway, The Beauty is related just in that way. But this is, I really like this. I never read the first Beauty, but this is a bigger story than I thought it was going to be. There's like political intrigue. There's clandestine organizations. There's, obviously a murder. A murder happens as well as someone exploding. So yeah, this is a much broader.
We have a B plot of somebody trying to get this STD.
Yeah, because he's a weatherman and like he's about to lose out to the neighboring weatherman, Dan the weatherman or something, who does puns. So yeah, he wants to get the Beauty, and so yeah, there's a bunch of storylines that are intersecting here that I don't know if they originate in the original series or if these are just all new characters and we're just looking at it differently. But I really liked this. I may actually go back and try to read the first series because this was fun. I like this a lot. Fresh AF for me. Or no, pretty dang fresh.
Pretty dang fresh.
Not AF, but pretty dang fresh.
I really enjoy the premise of this. Mm-hmm. I think it's fun and interesting. I think I might later go back and reread this and or read that first series like you mentioned.
Right.
Because I feel like there's so many things in here that I should like. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, when I was done reading it, I didn't
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's done.
I don't know why, to be honest. And I'm really struggling with it. Because like looking through it, the art is good. Mm-hmm. Like you said, JD, there's probably like 3 different storylines and a handful of different aspects here that are a lot deeper than I expected. Mm-hmm. That said, I didn't really have expectations. I don't know. I'm really struggling because I can't put my finger on it, but for some reason it just didn't stick with me.
Yeah, sure.
And so I think it's for me I'm one step below middle of the road fresh, but I will add the caveat of I would like to put it higher and will reread and probably read what came before it just to see if I can figure out what's not working for me or if magically it starts working for me.
Yeah. I'm curious what it is, but maybe it's just these disparate stories aren't coming together in a satisfactory way yet. Like how they tie in.
Yeah, I think with the different stories happening, for some reason there just wasn't one that stuck out to me that I was like, I'm invested in seeing these results. The one
that made me want to read the next issue is the very last page.
That's totally fair.
I did not see. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
So I was. That's honestly what brought me around.
No, that makes sense.
Oh, you know what? That guy looks neat. Who's that guy? What's he doing? Why?
He does look neat. Totally.
He's a neat looking guy.
I absolutely agree with that.
So yeah, I'm going to check out Beauty number 2. I might actually go back. But fair enough. Not for you. Yeah. That's fine. You know what else was not for me?
Oh boy.
Return to Sleepy Hollow. So this is IDW Dark, which is just the horror imprint in IDW. And this is written by Casey Gilly with art by Savanna Mayer and Dearbhla Kelly. And I wasn't sure if this was what this was a return to. And looking it up, it's the sequel to the Tim Burton Sleepy Hollow from about 15, 20 years ago, which I love. It's like super perfect October vibes to just have on in the background. And it's like charming and sweet and a little kitschy and a little doofy, but also kind of spooky, and it's got Christopher Walken as the Headless Horseman, the Hessian. It's so cool.
I haven't seen it, but that
it's
right
so
there
good.
might actually sell me on it.
So good. And Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci. None of the people in this book look like any of the people I just mentioned. I think one of the major things that didn't work for me is the artwork here. I think that there are some really great layouts, but there's something about the style and the movement, the so-called movement. There were a bunch of times where I was like, what just happened? What's happening? I don't understand the sequence of events in this page.
Gotcha.
Like, for instance, two characters are talking. The Johnny Depp character and the Christina Ricci character, Van Tassel, are talking, and he hands her an envelope. He was summoned here by a letter that was handwritten by her, supposedly. And the sequence of events, if you're looking at the panels, is they're talking to each other. Someone is like, I'm going to head out. I'll be back. Then they show him handing her the letter. Then the next panel is him taking the letter out of his jacket. And then the next panel is her looking at the letter. It's like out of sequence. So there's a bunch of instances of that in here. Like the cover that the artist drew, I think is really evocative and really nice. Would make a great poster. But the sequential storytelling is not for me.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now for the first time, and
I looked at it like 3 times in a row, and I'm like, how does this make sense?
Because they do that thing where they overlap a panel border with a word bubble to lead you to that panel specifically.
Yeah.
So that there's the only place that makes sense to go doesn't actually make sense.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So also, I don't know. At the end of the Sleepy Hollow movie, they're together. They leave together to go to New York City. Mm-hmm. And then she's back in Sleepy Hollow and he's still in New York. And I don't know. It just, It just kind of didn't work for me.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I didn't read it, so I don't have an opinion.
And you've never seen the movie. You should watch
and
the
I've
movie.
never seen the movie.
It's really good.
I don't watch movies.
Oh, my bad.
I only read comics.
So this was barely fresh.
Oof.
Yeah. I was looking forward to this, and it just didn't work on any level for me.
It's a bummer.
Although some of the layouts are very, very pretty. Like the way that she retells... Who's the artist? Yeah, Savanna Mayer. The way she retells Sleepy Hollow from the perspective of Christina Van Tassel. No, not Christina. That's the actress's name. What is her name? Well, something Van Tassel. Madame Van Tassel. But the way they retell it, very cool. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. What do you got? Is it time for the X Corner? I think so.
Oh boy, X Corner. So like every other week, we have 4 issues of Age of Revelation. We have Expatriate, X-Men, X-Vengers, Cloak or Dagger, and Undeadpool. Oh boy, I should have thought about where I want to start. Let's start with X-Vengers. X-Vengers by... Hold on, that's not the first page. Give me the first page. Written by Jason Liu, penciler Sergio Davila.
Sure.
Inker R. Jimenez?
Jimenez? Sure.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Anyway.
First of all, how do you like the name X-Vengers?
X-Vengers does not flow off the tongue very well.
No, it doesn't.
However, I will say in the book they do call themselves the Avengers.
Okay.
It's just the title of the book is X-Vengers.
Okay.
If you don't know, not a full recap here, but there's an area of the United States where a gene bomb got set off, kills most humans. Any humans it doesn't kill, it turns into a mutant. And that area of the United States is ruled by Revelation, a.k.a. Cypher, a.k.a. Doug Ramsey. That's where we're at. This is 10 years in the future of quote-unquote current time in X-Men stories. So this is an assembled team of people who survived this bomb calling themselves the Avengers. We have previously Ant-Man, now turned Variable Man. Mm-hmm. We have Moonstar, who is effectively the leader. And we get a little background on how and why she actually ended up using Captain America's shield.
Oh, okay.
In the very beginning, we see her, and that's a pretty significant plot point on why she has the shield. Hawkeye is still just Hawkeye, but with more arms.
Yeah.
So he's just kicking ass with more arrows. Vision is basically Vision with a twist that we get towards the end. He's pretty cool. We get Black Widow, who is now Water Widow. She is just made of water, and is trying to figure out how to handle that. Cannonball, who I actually don't know, and I'm not familiar with. And Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi, yes.
Shang-Chi. He's doing effectively the same stuff he was doing before, but he's like made of rock now, and he's all cool and strong and badass.
So we came back from a break just now because a longtime friend of the show, Ronnie Break, called, and we had a very beautiful conversation on the phone. And I don't know if he'll hear this, but
Shout out
to Ronnie, because goddamn, he's been through some shit. Goddamn. And I was very happy to get that phone call. So yeah. Anyway, that's why we're at a loss for words for a couple minutes. What do you got? Where are we at?
X-Vengers. Gathering those thoughts. X-Vengers. So that's the team. And this issue is primarily about how the team came together, the problems they had in doing so, the problems they're having now, and then bad guys come doing bad guy things, and then they do good guy stuff in response. And then when that issue is solved, at least temporarily, we suddenly get a glimpse at a new, arguably more urgent problem that may be spreading through the Revelation territories, that manages to do something pretty drastic by the end of the issue.
Yeah, it looks pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jason Liu's been writing. I don't know if he's been writing any of the other. I don't think he's been writing any of the other X books.
The name doesn't ring a bell, so I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Wow, how fresh. Within the confines of Age of Revelation, how fresh?
I would say fresh.
Great.
Honestly, when I first read it, I would have put it lower, but after some time to think about it, I think I think I need to start approaching these Age of Revelation issues differently. Imagine as I'm just picking up an issue that is in current normal continuity, I wouldn't expect everything to connect to the main events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because everything, and maybe, I don't know if it's a fault of my own or a fault of Marvel, but because all these things are labeled as Age of Revelation, I go in with a mindset of, oh, this might not be super important to the main issues, but it might at least be connected.
Yeah.
A lot of these aren't. And I think after a couple weeks of this and upon some reflection, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it. It's like, because it's 10 years in the future for these characters.
Yeah.
So an interesting way to approach this is you're seeing comic books from 10 years from now.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
I think that's a great way to put that.
Yeah.
Like if I just imagine that this is mainline continuity and this just happens to be an Avengers comic, a Deadpool comic.
Yeah.
Then I think they're a lot better that way.
It's just Marvel 10 years from now.
And
how fun.
I think I can pretty confidently say I think some of the stuff I've said about issues the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'd probably put a handful of them like half a step or a full step above what I did at the time. I think with my new mindset this week, I appreciate them a lot more.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
So yeah, X-Vengers, I'd say fresh. If you enjoy some of these characters or just enjoy the, for lack of a better term, the general moral righteousness that most Avengers teams tend to have, they also have that. And if you like that vibe, then
superhero team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to go with Undeadpool, which is by Tim Seeley.
Tim Seeley, who I generally like.
Yeah, Seeley's rad. An artist is Carlos Magno. This was
Wade Wilson.
Yeah,
Every issue of the Age of Revelation books has like the list of the cast, and this is just Wade. Yeah. This
kicks off following a team of people we've never met before. Just a group of 4 people who were turned mutants when this bomb went off, who are on their way actually to see Kitty Pryde and her flotilla, which we'll address in a later comic.
Was it Expatriate?
Yeah, an Expatriate X-Men. So they're venturing off food lands, trying to survive. Problem happens with their car. They end up on foot, and they of course encounter a couple issues. It involves combat. We love it. And then Deadpool shows up, and this entire issue is narrated by Deadpool's internal monologue.
Yeah.
Which has the normal comedy that you would expect. And we do about halfway through get a page reveal of what Deadpool looks like now. You get a hint by the fact that the issue is called Undeadpool.
Yeah.
But the way the bomb and X virus has affected him is very intriguing.
Oh, okay.
So there's some issues there that honestly were totally unexpected, and I really liked how they did this. The comic starts to almost get into like horror slasher movie vibes at a certain point.
Well, when you get the full page spread of what he looks like, he goes, cue the kill music.
Oh, that's
which is from Jason Voorhees' Friday the 13th.
I didn't get the reference until you just made the noise because I couldn't figure out what noise they were going for.
Yeah, what is cha-cha, kill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it absolutely turns into slasher movie vibes. And I think they do a pretty good job. It's fun. As per most of these, we get an interesting little character reveal at the end. We get a hint of where this series is going. I'm not usually a Deadpool guy, but the logistics of this in terms of the X virus and how it affected Wade, I find interesting enough to keep going with it.
Very cool.
So I would say pretty fresh, slightly fresher than X-Vengers for me.
Gotcha.
Next up, we got Cloak or Dagger, which is by, written by Justina Ireland. Artist is Lorenzo Tammetta.
Nice.
So as you can learn from the title, whereas Cloak and Dagger, to my knowledge, normally can coexist in the same place at the same time. Not like the same physical space, but like adjacent to each other.
Yeah.
Something happens where they can't anymore. They have to switch. They can't be existing on the same plane at any given point in time. So in this, Cloak and Dagger are working to basically rescue some human refugees, get them further away from the Revelation territories. So there is a struggle with how Cloak and Dagger handle themselves, given the fact that they can't operate the way that they used to operate.
Yeah.
And then there are some bad people who get in the way of these human refugees, cause some problems, and give us an inciting incident for the rest of the series.
Okay.
I'm excited for it because I've only ever read things where Cloak and Dagger tend to just kind of appear, but like not really be doing
guest
much
stars,
important. Yeah, guest stars. I've never read something that they're headlining, so I'm excited to get to know them a bit more, even if their powers are operating a little bit differently.
Yeah.
It was. I would say on par with Undeadpool, pretty fresh, a step above fresh. Next, we've got Expatriate X-Men, which was my favorite of the grouping this week.
All right.
This one is by Ewing, and art is by Francesco Mortarino.
Sure.
Mortarino.
I believe you.
Cool. I'm less confident, but I appreciate
This has Ms. Marvel in it. Yeah.
This is Ms. Marvel. This one it's honestly kind of a collection of, if you've been reading Excellent X... No. Is it Excellent?
Exceptional. Yeah.
Exceptional X-Men and a little bit of NYX. It's kind of smashed some of these characters together. And I like a lot of the characters from Exceptional X-Men, so I'm a big fan of what they've done here.
Nice.
Of course, everyone has aged 10 years.
Yeah.
We have, just to give us the cast here, we have Rift, who is someone who showed up in, I believe, Exceptional or NYX. I truthfully forget. But we don't know much about them yet. We have Miss Marvel, we have Bronze and Melee, who appeared in Exceptional. They were some of the new younger mutants. And we have Mystique, who shows up as sort of the head of this whole operation. Effectively, this is a group of mutants who are operating outside of the realm of, truthfully, either humans or mutants. They're kind of just trying to save innocent people, is the vibe that I get. But they do have a little bit of, like, mercenary for hire vibes. Like Mystique is trying is paying them to do some risky stuff. We get some interesting combat in the beginning while they're trying to rescue somebody, because Rift is capable of going back in time for short periods. So the first section of the book is them basically trial and erroring their way through a rescue mission. And it's actually very fun.
Sounds like a book we read a couple of weeks ago. Save Now.
Save Now. Yeah. It starts off exactly like Save Now, actually. And then we come to learn that they're all part of this larger flotilla of boats of mutants that are, like I said, existing outside of the Revelation territories, kind of existing independently on their own, doing what they can to survive and make money. This feels like it could potentially be more connected to the main issues of Age of Revelation, if only because it is a group of significant mutants that are, operating as rebels of sorts, but they're not like the rebel team trying to solve the world's problems.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I like it a lot. I like
Feels
these
a little
characters.
bit like Marauders. When
yes. Yeah. It definitely has a Marauders
Pride.
vibe for sure.
Yeah. Where's Kitty in all this? Have we met Kitty?
Actually, no. I'm realizing I mentioned Kitty earlier. It is not Kitty's flotilla. It is Miss Marvel's flotilla. Yes.
Yeah.
We have not. Ooh.
Oh.
We have seen Kitty, but I don't want to tell you where.
Okay.
Because it is actually I'll tell you where. Actually, no, I won't because I'll spoil it.
Okay.
It's a reveal in one of the Age of Revelation books that we've gotten.
Okay.
But we have seen her.
Nice.
Expatriate was pretty dang fresh for me.
Nice. That's your favorite.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for rounding up the X Corner. Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
We can post this in hopefully time.
Cool.
Thursday.
Moral of the story is read Absolute Batman Annual #1.
Just Absolute Batman. That's if there's any reason to be here, it's Absolute Batman Annual #1. It's so good. I may actually revisit it. Like just looking at the art. God damn!
Daniel Warren Johnson is
He's a
so
beast.
annoyingly good.
Right? What a jerk.
Fuck that guy.
And there's someone in our I know through Facebook who's just he had said he had just finished one of Daniel Warren Johnson's books, Extremity, which I've never read.
That doesn't even ring a bell.
And he's like, I'm just gonna throw it in the mail for you. I was like, what?
Nice.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he's gonna. I'm getting that in the mail, I guess. So that's very cool.
Dope.
So all right, we did it. Feel free to join us Wednesday nights at 8:00 for the live stream. This past week we did a look at our favorite bridges to horror. What would you call that? Gateway horror, where you can show
Gateway drugs?
Yeah, the younger ones to get them in the horror movies.
Oh,
and then we listed a couple of our favorite hidden gem horrors. Of like maybe you don't know about this, you should check it out.
Nice.
So yeah, check that out on the CultPop Podcast YouTube.
Do it.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll talk at you later.
Thanks, bye.